the government will do its best to support older workers and the businesses that employ them. Last year, the Ministry of Manpower, MOM, set up a tripartite work group on older workers to study the issue. I met the work group members last month for lunch. They told me they had had intense discussions. Even at lunch, the discussions were quite intense. Why? The older workers wanted to be certain of continued employment for longer. When can I retire later? Can I be re-employed longer? Can I be re-employed more years at a time? But employers were worried about business costs and the uncertain economic outlook. And they said, I support you, I understand your aspirations, but I need more flexibility. Because I don't know what will happen. And if I go broke, your job's gone too. In the end, the work group reached consensus. They made 4 key recommendations. First, to raise the retirement age from 62 today to 65. Second, to raise the re-employment age from 67 today to 70. Third, to increase CPF contributions for older workers. And fourth, to achieve all this in gradual steps by about 2030. I think these are sensible recommendations. The government accepts them in full. Let me explain them a little bit more, and I will start with the CPF for older workers, which is a bit more complicated. Today, CPF contribution rates for workers begin to taper down after the workers turn 55. So you see the age of the workers and the different contribution rates. Up to 55, you pay the full rate. Beyond 55, it steps down. Beyond 60, it steps down again. Beyond 65, it steps down. And it continues on as long as you're working. We will raise the rates for workers above 55. We will take the first step in 2021. So you'll see the rates go up for these groups of workers. And we will take subsequent steps after that. And the whole process will take 10 years or so. About that, but it will depend on economic conditions. And by the time we are done, those who are 60 and below will all get the full rates and all pay the full rates, and then the step down will only start here. So you pay the full rates all the way up to when you're 60, and then the rates come down at 65, come down again at 70, and at 70 they level off. So this is the first change, to increase CPF for older workers gradually over the next 10 years or so. Next, in 2022, a year after we raise the CPF the first time, we will start to raise both the retirement age and re-employment age for all employers. The retirement age will go from 62, which is what it is today, to 63 in 2022, and eventually to 65 by 2030. And the re-employment age will go from 67, which is where it is now, to 68, also in 2022, and eventually to 70 by 2030. And therefore, by 2030, we should reach our first and second objectives, which means retirement age goes to 65, and the re-employment age goes to 70. The government will help businesses to adjust to these new arrangements. We'll implement a support package for them, and DPM Heng Swee Keat will announce it in next year's budget. As a major employer ourselves, the government will take the lead for public officers. The public service will raise its retirement and re-employment ages 1 year early, 2021 instead of 2022. And I encourage private sector companies which can do the same also to do so. All these changes to the retirement age, the re-employment age, and the CPF rates will support older workers to continue working longer and to be more financially independent. Let me add one last point here to be absolutely clear. We are not making any changes to CPF withdrawal policies or CPF withdrawal ages. Let me say that once again in case you didn't take it down. We are not making any changes to CPF withdrawal policies or to CPF withdrawal ages. You can still take out some money at age 55, and you can still start your CPF payouts from age 65. All this remains exactly the same. And if you hear anybody tell you something different, please ignore him or her. And if it comes to you on WhatsApp from a friend, please delete it and tell your friend. Don't share it with more friends and confuse people, because that will be fake news. POFMA will catch you.